Hi everybody, I'm Dr. John Degenhardt. Welcome to Let's Talk Chiropractic. I've been hosting this show for probably 25 years and we had another show 15 years before that. I want you to, for the next 30 minutes, I promised you we would talk more about how are the results coming with the laser. What is the laser, in case you didn't see that show 2 months ago. So sit down for the next 30 minutes. Thank you for giving me your time. I know you could be doing chores with the beautiful spring weather, but let's see how a Class 2 cold laser might help you if you have a health condition that nobody else seems to be helping. Stay tuned. I mean this sincerely. Thank you so much for giving me the time of your life. I know time is a very important commodity for all of us, but I want you to go back on my little travel if you can. Back in Bishop Hayfie in 1974, I was a junior in high school. I jumped up to hit a soccer ball, I ruptured a disc. Everywhere I went, physical therapists, different orthopedic guys, back braces, nothing helped me. So after a couple of years, my dad said to me, John, we really don't know much about chiropractors. This is going back, 50 years ago. We thought they were quacks. People said that they're not really doctors. But when you aren't getting better from anywhere else, you get a little bit, you'll try anything. And I know a lot of my patients have done the same with chiropractic. So I went to a local chiropractor. He was too rough. He laid me on my side, did a body slam, injured my disc worse. I couldn't even get out of bed for a couple of days. So it made me realize how some of you are injured and scared about chiropractors. Thank God, though, I didn't give up on that chiropractic, as a way for me to get better. So I went to another chiropractor who was more gentle. I was playing soccer at Bloomsburg at that time. I was starting on the soccer team as a freshman. My left leg was burning. I couldn't even run too well. I couldn't kick the ball like I really wanted to. But my coach, Dr. Mangrone, good guy, he said, just keep playing, work through it. In all respect, he didn't understand what a ruptured disc was like. So I stopped it all. I used to jog 7 miles a day before soccer. I would go to the gym 1 hour, 3 days a week to lift weights. And I would play soccer then after school. I remember being in chemistry class or organic chemistry, getting tired of memorizing organic compounds. Couldn't wait to get outside. To this day, when I smell fresh grass, it reminds me of how much I used to love soccer. Lo and behold, from having an open mind, chiropractic healed my disc. Never got the surgery. And now here I am for 44 years. I missed 1 day's work in 44 years, and I never plan on retiring. I will cut back my hours as I get older, but here's what motivates me. You, the people, have voted us 6 years in a row as the best chiropractic office, and it's not just me. Good location, good staff, they're loving, they're pleasant, our technique is gentle. People say we have these great 5-star reviews, and I never once even looked at my own reviews to see what's out there. But when I see that these other chiropractors, and I'm sure they're well-meaning people, female and male, but when they tell me that they don't check the length of their legs, or they can't get my neck to crack, they'll tell me. Patients, so every day, I get a story that says, Doc, I'm 83 years old. I went to this guy for 12 visits. I'm no better. I've seen you for 2 visits, and I feel great. And it's like, Lord, thank you. There's something at least I could do in this life a little bit good, so I'm not going to give up on it. I golf and I do exercises, but I don't want to golf any more than I am. So having an open mind, my point is how I got into this profession. So now I asked you 2 months ago to have an open mind about laser. Here's a man that no doctor could help me. When chiropractic did, and now we are the busiest chiropractic office for 40 years in this whole area, you get people with things that nobody can help. Neuropathy in their feet, fibromyalgia, chronic fatigue, Epstein-Barr syndrome, even sometimes stubborn plantar fasciitis, and the list can go on. So I started taking courses to learn more about a laser. We already had a hot laser that was healing discs. We saved 100 patients from back surgeries. A disc gets dehydrated, you can heat it with a class 4 hot laser. So as a chiropractor, you have to get some tools to get better results. 90% of people just need an adjustment. But some people, they have such damaged spines. You need traction. Hot laser. But now this class 2 is called a cold laser. I think it costs like $17,000. I said, let me look into it to see, Lord, what can I do for my patients that no doctor's helping them? So we're going to look on the next segment here soon. Just as we're used to changing a radio station, you know, you just turn a knob and you get different stations on a radio. So we understand sound waves. The theory of a laser, light waves go into the body. And this is the future, I believe, of modern medicine. It heals the body. The mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. So by changing different frequencies of a laser, you can help maybe someone's partially torn rotator cuff. They don't really need surgery. Shots haven't helped them. Laser's the answer. The knee, a partially torn meniscus, arthritic. They've had gel shots and steroid shots, and again, not yet need surgery. Change the frequency from a shoulder to a knee. So laser has helped me now with my fibromyalgia patients, my migraine patients, my concussion patients. Remember, I had a nephew a few months ago who committed suicide because he had a concussion from playing sports years ago, and he got worse and worse. And I have his picture in my office to motivate me, to say, John, what if I can use this laser to help my concussion patients? We had a girl, I told you, she was a water polo player. Her neurologist, she was pounded by a water polo team. They gave her a concussion, migraine. She couldn't study, was failing out of school. I got this mainly, and it's worked. It's worked. She has A's again. The neurologist has called me saying, I don't know what you're doing, but whatever pain medication I gave this girl, it was not helping her. So go get a glass of water, come back. Let's talk more about the laser so you can understand more how it helps you. Thank you. A doctor called me the other day. A woman has MS. She's been in a wheelchair 5 years. She's young, 38 years old, I believe. Her fiance asked me about the laser. I said, one of the frequencies is for MS. I said, let's try it. We have nothing to lose. So we started using the laser, and slowly and gradually, she started sleeping better. She started getting more energy. She started taking a few steps. She just walked 100 yards the other day. The neurologist called me first in anger, saying, as a chiropractor, what are you doing using lasers? So, and again, I mean this in love. I understand. He is a neurologist. This is his patient, but she's also my patient. So I said, Doc, what do you understand about lasers? Nothing. You know, a lot of doctors are so busy doing their own specialty. So I said to him, I said, you have to have an open mind. I said, if this is helping the patient and it's not causing any harm, don't be angry with me. So again, I'm just trying to tell you some true stories. Has it helped everybody? No. I have this one Indian man. He's about 75. 20 years of tinnitus in one ear. No loud gunshot sounds, nothing like that caused it. So I thought, you know, to me, if you're around a lot of tinnitus is a ringing in the ears. It's been driving him crazy. He would always try to sleep with like a background TV show on. But now it's, so I said to him, so we put in here, there's a protocol for tinnitus. And when you put it, you turn on the laser, you put it, the theory is, there's 3 little bones in our ears. Those little bones vibrate very gradually so we can hear. Some people get very bad vertigo if those bones or the little calcium deposits misalign. Vertigo and tinnitus usually go hand in hand. If people are dizzy or they have a ringing sound in their ears, the goal is to put either on vertigo or tinnitus. And it's a beautiful thing. So this man, just to be open, he comes every week, and let's be blunt with each other. Insurance does not pay this. It's a $30 session. It's about 10 minutes per session. He's come maybe 6 visits. And I said to him honestly, I said, you've tried it 6 times. There's no difference with your tinnitus. He says, John, I have run out of options. He goes, I'm going to go 10 more sessions if I have to. I make a house call for a beautiful woman once a month. Slowly, she is becoming a prisoner of her own house from anxieties, like a social anxiety. So I went there last week. We put it on anxiety. So as I slowly listened to her, I put it on her cerebellum. You know, there's a booklet, and I took 60 hours of classes. So I'm not just, I don't know, a carpenter who has no experience and just tries to build a house, you know. So you take some courses. You have a booklet that tells you what frequencies to put. And I put it on the back of her cerebellum. When I got done, you had to see her. I feel calmer. I never felt this peace. She slept better. A friend said she feels much better since. Not that one session is going to, change her anxiety totally, but my point is we are electric. You know, we're taught that we need, and again, I'm not against medicine. We need nutrition. We need exercise. We need sleep. We need a positive mental attitude. But we are electric. Our brain sends electricity through the body. As a chiropractor, my job is to gently move a spine, let the electricity flow better. So this body adapts, simply adapts to its environment. If it's stress with coworkers, if it's chemical imbalances, the body adapts better because of chiropractic care. A laser is electric. It's a light. You know, doctors will tell you, go into sunlight and get vitamin D. Sunlight helps so many parts of the body. So what if there's different wavelengths of light? That's where the laser is. So again, most doctors I've talked to, again, they're not open-minded enough. They're not willing to be humble enough. You know, if you talk to people in Britain, they'll say to me, we take so many naturopathic remedies in Great Britain. Why do you Americans take 93% of all the worldwide allopathic scripts? And I can't get into that, but long time ago, so we think in America, the way that we are being treated is like the best way. The World Health Organization says we are ranked 41st of all developed countries. So again, I'm gently challenging anybody watching this show to say, maybe Japan and Taiwan, who keep their weight down, they exercise and do Tai Chi and eat rice and fish and vegetables, and they live longer, and they're healthier people, less cancers, less birth, people dying at birth. Laser is another way to heal the body. So my fibromyalgia patients, a woman came in the other day, I said to her, let's do on her whole back, 10 minutes, once a week. I always tell people, give it like 6 sessions. By the 3rd session, she said, the weather is not affecting me like it used to. Fibromyalgia, forgive me, is more like a chronic tightness of the back, where they live in constant pain. There's no like MRI to detect it. They usually tell people don't smoke, drink lots of water, get massages, but just a chronic bodily achiness. So laser, you put it on fibromyalgia. Here's a big one. My older patients, for years I've said to them, there's nothing anybody can do for your neuropathy. Doctors now, they put electrical stimulation on their legs. They used to think it was a lack of B vitamins, maybe soak their feet in cold water. We're lasering for neuropathy. There's actually 3. Neuropathy 1, neuropathy. What if the neuropathy patients, again, forgive me, they are people that say to you, my feet are on fire. The nerve endings are constantly firing. They tell me that they're walking on glass. And I used to tell the people, sorry, ask God to give you the strength to cope with your pain now. And it's the patient's choice. I tell them the truth. Try it and see. So one last session on the laser. Stay tuned. Let's see how the results are coming. Thank you. about 2 months ago, we showed you laser on a couple of our patients. And I said I would get back to you. So I am. I really try to be a man of my word in life. Laser has been exciting and yet not 100%. And that's how the human body, any doctor will tell you. Why does one medication work well for this person with depression and anxiety, and the same medication does not work for this patient? Why does a chiropractic adjustment get rid of sciatica in this patient in 2 visits and the next person 10 visits? The human body is complex. You have to understand there's many factors to consider. So this laser overall, gosh, if we have 100 patients right now, I had to hire a girl, Bailey, to train her how to help me do laser because I'm too busy seeing patients. So I adjust people. Let's go see Bailey for your fibromyalgia. I adjust people. Let's go see Bailey because I'm not getting rid of your migraines as much as I thought I could. Let's put it on the base of the brain, on the brainstem. So it reduces inflammation. By reducing inflammation. Again, just to show you, you simply turn it on. Let me turn it on here. It takes a minute to turn on. But you put in a frequency of numbers, like a cell phone. So once you get in there, it's going to give me, I think we have a program now for 1,200 different, and I'm going to read a couple to you once it turns itself on. But it'll give us about 1,200 different frequencies, and you're just like a phone. You just scroll down, and you'll put like a migraines, vertigo, fibromyalgia, MS, and again, are those chiropractic conditions? As a chiropractor, my job is to stimulate the nerves of the human body for any, we call it a name. I don't care what dysfunction the body has. If it is MS or multiple dystrophy or arthritis, let's just scroll. So as it's turning itself slowly on, I shouldn't have turned it off before the show, but I turned it off. As soon as I'm done with a patient, we put it right back on its stand and it gets recharged, so it never stops. So we put in a just to show 1, 2, 3. So protocols. So A1C. my truck drivers, I do CDLs exams here. We're busy with so many drivers. They have, can't get into all this, but an A1C should be a 5.7. It should not be above a 7.0. Some guys, their doctors have them on 5 different diabetic medications, yet it's uncontrolled diabetes. It's a 10.0, a 12.0. We put it on A1C, and we do their pancreas, and we get their A1C to come down. It just helps the body through laser, through light therapy to function better. Abdominal pain, an Achilles tendon tear, addiction, and I'll be honest with you, I have yet to get to any addictions yet. I want to get more understanding of this myself, but we'll just scroll. Bell's palsy, bone. We have so many women who have osteoporosis, osteopenia. Remember, here's the quick story. They go in for a bone scan. The bone scan shows that they don't have enough calcium in their bones. So a lot of these women, they're 70 years old, they used to be smokers, they're postmenopausal. So on their bone scans, the doctors give them different, women don't want to take estrogen hormones because it can cause cancer. So they try vitamin D, they try calcium, they take another bone scan, their T-scores, it's called, are the same. We start lasering their bones. We look at their bone scans and we see if they have osteoporosis in their arms, laser their arms. If they have osteoporosis in their hips, laser their hips. We give them, we tell them, give us 3 months. It increases what they call osteoblastic activity, where the bones produce more calcium, more bone cells. So again, I think there's any condition. If you're out there, and that's why I'm doing this show, if you're out there and you say, I have tried everything. My neurologist hasn't helped me, my family doctor, my orthopedic guy, my chiropractor. That's why I got this. There are patients of mine who will say, John, we love you. You've helped our sciatica. You've helped my bad disc. But what about my neuropathy? What about my fibromyalgia?